Level 1. The Boy Who Finds the Sword. You are 8 years old. A herdsman runs into camp holding something wrapped in cloth, shaking. He says a heifer cut her leg on it, buried point up in the grass, and he followed the blood to dig it out. He unwraps it in front of the fire. An iron blade, old, heavier than it looks, humming faintly with rust and something else. Your uncle goes still. He says, "Only the sky sends a sword like this, and only to one man in an age." Every eye in the circle turns to you, the quiet one, the one who watches longer than he talks. You do not reach for it yet. You are patient. You already understand that the sky does not give gifts, it gives debts. Level 2. The Hostage Years. You are 12. You are sent away to live among the people your uncle calls soft, sent as a guarantee of peace, a boy traded like a promise. You watch their senators argue in marble rooms about things that do not matter. You watch their soldiers drill in perfect lines, slow and rigid. You learn their language, their law, their pride, and you learn exactly where all three of them crack. They think they are teaching you to be civilized. They are teaching you their weaknesses instead. You go home a hostage who leaves as a student of the one subject that matters, how a great empire quietly rots from the inside while insisting it never will. Level 3. The Empty Throne. You are 30. Your uncle is dead. You and your brother split the tribes between you. 2 crowns instead of 1. You do not want half of anything. You have never wanted half of anything. Your brother is louder, prouder, sure of his claim. You are patient. You let him believe the two of you will rule side by side forever. One night, that is no longer true. What happens in that tent stays in that tent. By morning, there is only one king, and the tribes that followed your brother now follow you instead, because they have learned the same lesson you learned as a boy. Power does not split cleanly. It only pretends to, until it doesn't. Level 4. The Price of Silence. You are 35. Emissaries arrive from the empire that once held you hostage, gold in their saddlebags, soft words in their mouths. They call it tribute, you call it rent, payment for the quiet you allow them every year you don't ride south. They pay it, grumbling, and think themselves clever for buying peace so cheap. You take the gold and build. More horses, more riders, more of the iron that hums when it's forged right. Every coin they hand you to keep you calm becomes another blade aimed back at them later. They think they are managing you. You are the treasury they don't know they're funding.
Level 5. The Cities That Forget How to Be Afraid. You are 42. You ride into their lands at last, and city after city that thought a wall was the same thing as safety learns it isn't. Some open their gates and beg, some close them and burn anyway. The sword your uncle called a gift from the sky rides at your side through all of it, and the men who follow you start calling you by a name that isn't your birth name anymore. Word of it crosses every border before your riders do. Mothers use it to quiet children a continent away. You did not ask for the name. You have stopped correcting anyone who uses it. Level 6. The Field Where the Sky Says No. You are 45. You push west, further than any king from your people has pushed, onto a plain crowded with every army your enemies could scrape together, allies who hate each other standing shoulder to shoulder because they hate you more. The fighting goes on from morning into dark, and when it ends, the field is thick enough with the dead that neither side can honestly call it a victory. You pull back. It is the first time in your life the sky has said no instead of yes. You tell your commanders it was a draw. You do not fully believe it yourself. The sword still hums. It has simply, for the first time, met something it could not cut through cleanly.
Level 7. The City That Begs on Its Knees. You are 47. You turn south instead, toward the oldest, richest city left standing, the one every king before you dreamed of humbling. Its own armies cannot stop you. Its own walls will not hold. What stops you, in the end, is an old man in robes who rides out alone to meet you on the road, unarmed, asking for mercy in the name of a god you do not worship. No one is certain later what he says to you in that tent. You turn your riders around anyway. Your men are stunned. Your enemies call it a miracle. You never explain it, not once, and the not explaining becomes its own kind of legend. Level 8. The wedding you didn't need. You are 52. You have wives already, sons already, more gold and more fear than any man before you has ever commanded. You take one more bride anyway, a young one, because a king who can have anything eventually starts wanting things that don't matter just to prove he still can. The feast goes long, the wine goes longer. Your commanders raise cups to you as the man the sky itself armed. You believe them. You have earned the right to believe them. Somewhere outside the tent, in the dark, the sword that has never once failed you in battle sits uselessly against the wall, because the thing that is coming for you tonight cannot be cut.
Level 9. The morning no one wakes you. You are still 52. Your bride wakes first and finds you already gone. No wound on you anywhere, no enemy in the tent, nothing a blade could have stopped. It is something breaking quietly inside your own chest while you slept. The plainest, least glorious cause of death a man who conquered half the known world could have. Your commanders search the whole camp for poison, for a hidden knife, for anyone to blame. There is no one. The sky that armed you with a sword humming out of the ground never promised it would be the sky that killed you too. Level 10. The river that hides a king. You are buried the same night you die, in secret, in 3 coffins nested one inside the other, iron, silver, gold, and lowered into a riverbed your own men had diverted just for this. When the water is let back in, it covers you completely. Then every soldier who dug that grave is killed on the ride home, so the location dies with them. No one alive after that night knows where you rest. No tomb, no marker, nothing to stand over and remember you by, on purpose. The sword that fell from the sky for you goes into the water with you, no longer humming, no longer anyone's to carry. The empire you spent 40 years terrifying breathes out for the first time in a generation, and somewhere under a river that still runs today, you are history.